Welcome to today's Raya Talks. Today we are celebrating Global Wellness Day. My name is Sumesh. I'm the Director of Wellbeing at the Retreat Palm Dubai M Gallery by Sofitel. We are the region's first 5-star wellness resort aligned with the UN SDGs of good health and well-being, SDG number 3, and also we are inspired by the UAE National Wellbeing Strategy and the 4 pillars around the UAE National Wellbeing Strategy. Happy to have Dr. Samir on the show.
Thank you.
One of the leading pioneers as a holistic psychotherapist and founder of Meraki Wellbeing Center at the Retreat Palm Dubai M Gallery by Sofitel. So the UAE National Wellbeing Strategy focuses on 4 main pillars. One is instilling purpose in people. The second is promoting physical, mental and emotional well-being. The third pillar is all about improving relationships with others and ourselves, truly connecting with ourselves. And the fourth is all about infinite human potential. So today's conversation, we wanted to understand more deeply from you, Dr. Samir, as an expert in this field. What can we do? What can we really focus on this Global Wellness Day to help people achieve the optimal human potential? And how does wellness have an impact on human potential?
Beautiful. Thank you for having me here. Thank you, Sumesh. As we are talking about wellness, let's understand what is wellness itself. So when we say wellness nowadays, and this is literally a privilege of human consciousness at this point, that we are talking about wellness. As a human being, we always evolve. We don't stay at the stagnant, or status quo is not the theme of human consciousness. As we are evolving, and as we are continuously evolving as a human species, we are looking at different dimensions of fulfillment. So when we are looking at fulfillment, it could be as simple as me looking for food to fulfill my hunger, me looking for water to fulfill my thirst. Similarly, we are looking for wellness as a bigger picture to fulfill certain dimensions within us.
So what does wellness mean for many people? Of course, for me, wellness is all about how to be happy and how to have the energy to do things which I really want to do. At the end of the day, I need to have the happiness and energy. That is wellness for me.
Yeah.
So what does wellness actually mean for different people? Beyond the basic food, shelter, clothing, the basic necessities, what Maslow's hierarchy usually talks about.
So as we say wellness, again, I'll go back to your words. I want to have. So that I want to have happiness. I want to be more calm, capable to do whatever I want to or I need to do. It's that dimension which is literally looking to fill a certain void. So those voids are created. See, let me literally take you from an evolutionary perspective. We as a human beings, when we look at well-being, it's all about we are evolving. And as we are evolving, the natural state of human consciousness, the natural state of human beings is well-being, is wellness, ease, health and vitality. Now this vitality, because of the complexities of whatever times we are in, whatever lifestyle we are in, whatever influences we are in, sometimes inhibitions are created. So due to inhibitions, due to uncertainties, due to the complexities, due to sometimes literally into a dimension wherein I don't know what to do. So it's mostly a dimension wherein I am uncertain, let's say. So those uncertainties creates this disbalance in the wellness field. So when we talk about wellness, we are literally looking to fulfill or fill all these voids or emptinesses, that I need to be more clear. I need to be more secure. I need to be more calm. I need to be more happy. I don't need to be in anxious zone. I don't need to be in a depressed zone. Whatever or wherever I am, I need peace, I need calmness, I need ease. And let me tell you, that is the default state of human consciousness.
So this peace and happiness and ease, a state where there is no uncertainty or this anxiety or fear or guilt or regret. So are we summing up the whole idea about wellness as how to manage or navigate strong emotions? Is it emotional well-being that we're talking about?
See, this is the point which I want to emphasize, that at this point, as we are evolving, we have evolved into a dimension wherein now we are talking about emotions. Let's say the whole process of evolution wherein we have advanced in technology, science, we are talking about AI now. On the parallel level, we are also talking about mental health. We are talking about emotional well-being. The emotional well-being is all about where my emotions should be in a way wherein I am happy. The moment we are looking for happiness, we are again looking for certain dimension wherein I need some clarity.
So are we saying that it is not good to have anxiety? Are we saying that it's not good to have certain emotions which is perceived as low energy, or is it okay to have those kind of emotions? Because if everybody is seeking only happiness, so is happiness an emotion, or is managing these strong emotions lead to happiness?
See, that's what I want you to simply look into this dimension from a different perspective. We are looking at, nobody wants anxiety, isn't it? Nobody wants to be depressed, but somehow it is happening by default. Why it is happening is the question. See, the whole dimension of emotional intelligence, which is, like in the, I think it's a norm now that everybody needs that emotional intelligence, because that's a need of the hour. That I need to understand why I am projecting a certain emotions and why people are in a certain zone of emotions. The whole zone is all about my certainty, my understanding why you are feeling anxious, and acknowledging that I feel anxious because. So there are certain uncertainties, there are certain inhibitions, there are certain limitations. It could be created by n number of factors or influences that are around us that could create anxiety. The whole zone is all about how do I get clarity of that anxiety. How do I understand that? How do I see the same anxiety from a different perspective and stay calm and give myself hope that yes, I can handle this? Because the resources that we have are enough to take care of those anxieties and depressions and whatever mental or emotional disturbances that we have. The only thing is, because of the complexities of the lifestyle that we are in, somehow we have lost that depth of life because of the speed that we are in, because of the influences that we are in, because of all those internal dialogues plus the external influences that we are having. So if we simply breathe and simply take time to acknowledge that I am an individual, I have my specific and unique sensitivity that I am born with. So everybody is born with different sensitivities, and I am born with a different sensitivity. As per my sensitivity, how I perceive things, how I receive emotions, how I project behaviors and emotions. Now this is what we call as mindfulness. So the journey towards happiness or ease or wellness is through managing the emotions, acknowledging, understanding, educating yourself, and simply being mindful. So when you are mindful, you are simply looking at, okay, let me look at what is causing this. If there is a dis-ease in me, if I am uncomfortable, if my emotions are in disbalance, I am sure that other people are also in the same zone. What creates that disbalance in me? What creates the disbalance in the other people? That acknowledgement itself will start or literally open the journey towards the well-being or wellness that we are looking for.
So I have a question, Dr. Samir. So if, maybe it can be a child, it can be a student, it can be a housewife, it can be somebody who is in the corporate, it can be somebody who is a business owner, an entrepreneur, it can be a C-level. So everybody faces a lot of stress, and everybody faces a lot of these anxieties and uncertainties and fear. Now, or people feel angry, people feel hatred, people feel long-term resentment. So how do we really navigate this? Like, if I've been feeling very angry, how do I manage this emotion? Can I experience anger and still stay centered? Because wellness is something which is very, very serious, because if people are not in harmony, if people are not in equanimity, if people are not in balance, and if people are not in really truly connected to themselves, and people, if they are not really in this moment, it's almost impossible to be in their optimal human potential. So the very nature of emotions is that it has to arise, experience, and subside. So emotions will come and go, but when we experience emotions, how can we disentangle, and how can we go back home to ourselves, and see these emotions are different, and how can we, what tools would you recommend which will help us disentangle from those emotions so that we can be ourselves in spite of experiencing certain emotions, so that we don't become that emotion?
Beautiful. Very relevantly you have put all those points, Mr. Shumesh. Very rightly you said, can we be angry, and at the same time can we be holding on to sanity? And can we hold on to these emotions, or can we simply observe these emotions, or should we be angry or not in the first place? See, this is where we need to acknowledge that all these emotions that happens to us, be it anger, be it jealousy, be it resentment, be it I'm simply anxious. What is happening is my frontal cortex, from the neurological perspective, is literally processing more than what it can. So there are more units to process. Means there is very clear uncertainty, or the information is so much, because we are exposed to so much information and influences, that this is creating a certain kind of distortions in my mind. If I am angry, means I am not understanding the full picture, and I am not looking at the bigger picture, because I have certain uncertainties. I have an awareness which is not yet into my consciousness, that I am not aware of certain things, which is creating this anger towards people or towards yourself.
So is it also because we don't understand our own mind? Because our mind always likes to judge, our mind always likes to like or dislike, or is constantly in a state of craving and aversion.
So in one word, if I would like to put this, I would call it speed. It's very fast, isn't it? Everything. I want to judge people fast. I want to understand each and every concept very quickly. I want to simply be an aware of alpha and omega in just one day. So me trying to understand, our body has a natural coping mechanism to simply be judgmental. Our perceptual reality have been programmed and trained into speed, and it is simply moving into a dimension where I need to judge fast, take action fast, make decision fast. This speed itself has taken away the depth. When you don't have the depth, uncertainty is very, it's literally like inevitable. You cannot avoid the uncertainty. Uncertain mind will give you confusions. Confusions will create all those, I'm unaware, I don't know, I cannot understand from the other person's perspective. All these things will create different emotions which are not healthy for myself. Anger is one of those emotions where I'm not acknowledging the other person's emotions, or I'm not ready to simply take the perspective of how the other person sees. If I simply, again I would come back to mindfulness, that I'm literally jumping into a mindful zone, and I'm simply taking just a simple breathe, a long deep breath, and then I'm deciding that, okay, let me understand this other person. Before judging, before putting a label, before getting angry, before getting anxious, let me be mindful, let me be centered. So the whole dimension is all about how meditative I am, how mindful I am, how centered I am, and how ready I am to simply accept the other person. It's not about tolerating, it's not about acknowledging even. I should say it's all about, okay, let me accept that I am finite, I am limited, mistakes happens to me, I can do mistakes, so can people do the mistakes in the same way. So let me simply accept those things. So acceptance of each and every emotion, be it I am angry, be it I am anxious, be it I am having jealousy or revenge or resentment towards anyone, I simply need to be mindful first. I need to simply train myself to breathe deeply. I literally need to train myself to stop, to slow down. I think this is the ingredients to simply start a journey of wellness. Because wellness, literally, it's a concept which is evolving very fast. So we don't need to put it on a fast track. We need to simply slow down. We need to simply understand the whole picture from a very calm and, it's a perspective where I'm looking at resources, what do I have? And then simply applying those resources and taking action towards that. So I think it's a slow down process which can bring in wellness, because as I said in the beginning, that wellness is actually the default state of the human consciousness. Wellness, happiness, vitality, health, this is the default state of us. Due to inhibitions, due to uncertainties, due to the confusions, due to the whole complex lifestyle that we have been into, now wellness or well-being is literally in jeopardy. So that's what we are looking for, to slow down. That would be the first step, I think, towards the wellness. And on this day, I think 11th of June, the wellness day, let's emphasize that. Let's slow down, breathe, acknowledge, try to understand, cultivate more and more emotional intelligence and mindfulness. I think that would be the better way to simply start this journey.
Thank you, Dr. Samir. I think that's a beautiful message. So the message today is, from becoming to hankering to hustling to chasing, we have to take a step back, reboot, disconnect, go back home into ourselves, go into a state of rest and relaxation, but with awareness. So life is not always about activity. Life is a combination of rest and activity. So today's message on Global Wellness Day from us, the Retreat Palm Dubai M Gallery by Sofitel, and our team of esteemed coaches who work along with us in creating these transformational experiences, is from becoming to being. So from hustling, hankering, chasing, becoming, to being, to going home to yourself, igniting your inner spark, becoming more self-aware, becoming more aware about others, becoming more aware about the thoughts in the mind. And positive mind psychology says we have more than 70,000 thoughts which come into our mind on a daily basis. Becoming more about the emotions that we embody, so that the moment we become aware, we automatically go home back to ourselves, so that these emotions which we find it so difficult to navigate disentangles. We become the seer, we become the witness observer, and these emotions become the object, thereby giving us more peace, equanimity and harmony. Thank you once again, Dr. Samir.
Thank you very much for having me.
I wish you a wonderful day. Thank you.